Soles of my shoes are worn, the knees of my jeans are torn. Sweat coming through my shirt, keep pushing even though it hurts. I'm chasing what I know is true, there's nothing that I would not do. When everyone around me drops, I'm never gonna ever stop. I won't waste another minute, no I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man on a mission.
All right, guys, so we are headed to Kansas this week. Man, I am so excited about this trip. We started this trip about 5 years ago, me and two buddies from the church, and it's just been one of those trips that we've been excited about going on every single year. And Kansas has been really, really good to me. I've managed to kill a deer 4 out of the 5 years that we've been there. So it's been pretty sweet, but this year it's even more sweet because I've got a special mission that I'm trying to pull off. All right, guys, here's the deal. I got a crack in one of my limbs. So I'm going to try to epoxy 2 more pieces of 1-foot wood on the belly. And I think that's gonna fix everything, but we're about to see if that actually happens. So let's do it. Well, last year I spent a lot of time trying to kill a deer with the traditional archery equipment. But this summer I decided that I wanted a new mission, something that was even more challenging. And so I decided that I was going to build my own traditional bow and try to kill a deer with it. For any of you professionals out there looking for a professional video, this ain't it. Keep scrolling, baby. One of the things I learned in building a traditional bow was that it's a lot of work. It's a lot of steps in the process, and I learned a lot throughout that journey of how you, sometimes things don't work, or you build a bow and you think you got everything right, and then at the end of the process, the poundage is just not right. And then you got to kind of start over because you can't put wood back onto the bow. And so it's a pretty grueling process, but yet at the same time, it's really, really rewarding whenever you put it all together and you finally get a bow that you can actually hunt with. And so I would say that the process for me was challenging, but at the end of it, it was very, very rewarding as well. So here we go, off to Kansas with our homemade longbow in our hand, hoping we can put one down. So we finally get to the stand that afternoon, and this is the first time that I've hunted in a saddle. And so I get all of my stuff situated, and at this point, I'm just looking for a doe. And about 5:50, I look up and I see a doe coming around the corner. So as I'm waiting for her to walk into the feeder, she's acting really nervous and she's being very, very cautious. And so anybody knows that when a doe starts looking around in the woods that something else is coming. And as she turns and looks to the left, I see some legs walking through the woods. And so I throw up my Burris binoculars, and sure enough, there's a buck coming. After a couple of minutes of watching the doe and being kind of nervous and skittish, he starts to work around the downwind side of the feeder. And at this point, I'm thinking, please, Lord, don't let him get too far downwind to where he'll smell me. And sure enough, he works his way down, but he doesn't get downwind far enough, and he moves into 10 yards, and all I need him to do is look the other way so that I can pull my bow back and get a shot. So I've been practicing for the last several months with this bow and finally had the opportunity to be able to release an arrow, and I'm telling you, it was straight, it was true, it double lunged him. He runs off about 30 yards, he's down for the count. So as he runs off and he crashes about 30 or 35 yards from me, I try to stay real quiet because I just don't want him to jump up and cross over the fence to the other property. And so I slip down out of my stand. I walk up real quietly to him, and when I approach him, he is absolutely huge. And I'm just sitting there in disbelief, and all I could say is, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It truly was a moment of a lifetime that I will never forget.
You did. Look at how big that thing is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look how big he is. Oh my gosh. Look how heavy. Look how big and heavy that thing is. Oh. Oh my God.
All right, guys, here we are here in Kansas. First afternoon, we actually come up here to do a doe hunt, same thing as last year. And this was a story of first. This was my first hunt in a saddle. This was my first time ever shooting at a deer with a longbow that I actually made. And this is the first deer I killed with this longbow that I actually made. And so, man, I am super excited about this deer. I could not be any more pleased and happy to get this deer this afternoon. It's time to celebrate, man. I'm telling you, I am just so pumped about being able to come up here to this new place in Kansas and kill a stud. The body on this deer is just ridiculous, and so he's definitely the kind of deer, mature deer, that we want to shoot. We were certainly hoping for some 170s, but we'll take an old deer like this any day, and so especially to get it with a longbow that you made, that's just something special. So pretty excited about it. But I'm telling you, it was just one of those moments where you just sit back and think about the journey as a whole. Jason and Frederick and just what they mean to me, and how we have the opportunity to be able to hunt together in Kansas over the last 5 years, and to have my wife there on that trip as well, to be able to celebrate that with me. It was just one of those things that was special, 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 and I don't think those guys will ever know how much they really mean to me. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the episode today. And if you would do us a favor, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you comment down below. That really does help us interact with you guys. We just want to tell you that we appreciate you, and make sure that you continue hunting and go get you one.